Hello. Welcome to this video, guys. I hope all of you are doing well. In this video, I'm going to try to discuss some of the questions that I faced during the recent CSIR exam for the JSA and STENO held in the recent on 15th of January 2026. And hopefully, this video will help some of you guys for the down the line who are preparing for CSIR JSA exam for other labs. So let's get started. So here, as we all know, there were two sections. First was initially was the mental ability section, which mainly consisted of maths and the reasoning section, and then there was the second section, which actually had negative marking. The first section did not have any negative marking, but the second section had negative marking. So it consisted of, I think, English, and then there was GKGS. So there were 50 questions each on the second section. So let's try to discuss some of the questions, some of the GKGS questions in here that I faced. I don't remember all 50 of them, but some, like, I remember 20 something questions. So which I have prepared for you guys. So let's see. First, they asked was that Apex 2025. Now, truth be told, I got confused in this question and I did not attempt this question. But after coming out of the exam, I checked out what was the answer was. So the answer was South Korea. The question was where Apex 2025 summit was held, and it was held in South Korea. The other options were, I think, India, China, and I think Hong Kong. So I got confused between South Korea and Hong Kong. So I decided to leave it. Anyways, let's move on to the next question. Train to Pakistan. Again, this is quite a famous book. If I think most of you who are preparing for GKGS for minimum 2-3 years have come across this writer, Khushwant Singh. So, Train to Pakistan, I did end up answering this question, authored by renowned writer Khushwant Singh. So, it was like a book question, such and such book question was written by which writer. Next, we have got Indian vaccine. The question was in 1897, first Indian vaccine was developed of which disease? So the diseases were, I think there were chickenpox, swine flu, and plague, and there was another one of the options. So the answer was plague. I did answer this one. Next is they asked for Bangladesh currency. It was a fairly easy question. Next, we have got National Remote Sensing Center. Yes, I also remember that. So it was basically, the question was, where is the National Remote Sensing Center located? And the options were like Bangalore, Sriharikota, and Ahmedabad and Hyderabad. So I knew it. The National Remote Sensing Center was in Hyderabad, Telangana. Next was PSU banks in India. So how many PSU banks are there? There are 12 PSU banks as of now. So yeah, I also answered this question. Next up was Article 51A from the Constitution question. So it said like Article 51A was showed what? So the options were like fundamental duties and all of this, and there was also DPSP, but I think that was a trick to see if people actually remember or not. But actually, it would be fundamental duties, and I I answered this, and after that I checked for the answer, and yes, I did mark it correctly. It will be fundamental duties. Next, we have got, I think it's current affairs, India Innovation Index 2025, 38th position globally. So yeah, there's that. I again remembered that. So I did end up marking this question. Next was which team won the RSV Puraskar 2025? CSIR Alumni Mission team won the Puraskar. For the exam, I actually prepared by looking for the recent last 2 years CSIR news, which I think helped me in actually answering this question. Next up is CSIR labs is not present where? Again, something you can actually get to know if you actually do the research about CSIR. So the questions were really focused around their labs and their like history and their news, recent news. So where is CSIR labs not present? The options were, I think, Roorkee, Lucknow, and Karaikudi, and then there was Guwahati. So I know for a fact that in Assam, the CSIR lab is present in Jorhat. Okay, not in Guwahati. Now, don't ask me how I know this. All right. But yeah, I know this that CSIR lab is not present currently in Guwahati, but it is, if in Assam, it is present in Jorhat. So that was the question, that where it is not located. Next up is a fairly like a familiar question for like those of you who are preparing for SSC or like any kind of questions. Battle of policy is a fairly easy one, I guess, in this context. So it was like the date was asked, in which year was Battle of Policy fought? In 1757. Next up, again, current affairs question: Times 100 most influential women. Then the options were like of Indian origin. So the options were Sundar Pichai was there, Mindy Kaling, the actress, was there. She Resma Kevalaramani was there, and then there was, I think, none of this. So the answer would be Resma Kevalaramani. But she does not look like this. All right, she is kind of fat in real life. So she's the CEO of Vertex Pharma. So yeah, I was able to answer this question as well. Next up, we have got where is Gir Forest located? Again, another, I think, fairly easier question in comparison to others. It's in Gujarat, and it's one of the questions that I think people anticipate in regards to like some like common playground of CSIR exams in the past, where actually temples, battles, national parks, tiger reserves, things like that. So it was fairly expected that this kind of questions are going to get asked even in future, I guess. So yes, it will be Gujarat, Gir Forest. Okay, next up is Pushkar Mela takes place where? It takes place in Rajasthan. It's fairly a famous event. So yeah, there we go. Like things are being asked, which were actually expected. Next was Nuakhai festival is celebrated where? I did not answer this one because I did not remember this in the hall, in the exam hall. So I decided to skip this question, but it will be Orissa. So there were like other like options like Madhya Pradesh and Chhattisgarh, and then Orissa. Things were like options were like that. So answer will be Orissa. Nuakhai is celebrated in like West Orissa or something. All right. Next up, we have got Shathi initiative. I was able to answer this question. Uh, it is like the question was like Indian government has come up with a education portal, like a competitive exam education portal called Sathi, and the collaboration is between Indian government and which institute. So there was like other different IITs as well. So IIT Delhi was there, IIT Bombay was there, IIT Kanpur was there, and the answer is IIT Kanpur. Before even facing this question, I knew about this portal, and I have checked this portal, and I unfortunately would not yet recommend anyone to actually take this portal seriously and prepare on the basis of the questions that are given in this portal, in this Sathi website. All right. you got to question the website is not that great, to be honest, guys. Anyways, let's move on. Who developed e-toll systems? Developed by NPCI, and there were other the options were other IT companies and stuff like that. But e-toll national system was developed by NPCI, and yes, the NPCI fast tag stuff. So I was able to answer this question as well. Again, and this is like a basic science question. I don't really think anyone the question paper was a mix of the easier side. I would say the questions were on the easier side, definitely. Uh, the conductor, it's the question was definitely the substances which allow electricity to pass through them easily are known as, so it will be conductors. And then again, as you can see, the how the questions are panning out to be. P in PAN card stands for permanent account number, so this is P equals to permanent. This was the question. Up next is rainbow is formed by dispersion of light, as we all know. It's basic stuff. Next up, we have got. Oh, so yeah, these are actually some of the questions that I remember, guys. I don't actually remember other questions. There were 50 of them. So let's talk about the two sections, right? First was maths, and then there was maths and reasoning, which was people were, even the people who have not done anything, have come without preparation, were actually in minimum attempting at least 80 questions. I personally have attempted all the questions, 100 of them, and you can tell by the difficulty of the questions that the CSIR was actually trying to get to people to make them proceed to the next section, if you put it like that, because they were not trying to eliminate someone in the initial section. But I think the disadvantage to this part would be that you can tell that the cutoff will be much higher because of the how the question paper was on the easier side. So apart from that, I guess so let's discuss the maths section now. So in maths, they had given some DIs. There were actually 3 DIs. I don't remember the other one, but remember the 2 of them. There were export trends, rice and wheat analysis, and then there was interview placement pool metrics. So I think this one was a line graph and this one was a column graph, as far as I remember. And it was fairly easy. You don't even have to touch the pen in DIs. Then other than that, in core arithmetics, there were simplification. Again, simplification, series, and time and work problems were there. So I think the most of the in maths, most of the questions were really easy. Time and work had a problem where it was easy, but if someone was confused with the concepts, it would be moderate for them. So it was the question was 8 men can do a certain amount of work in this amount of days. 5 women can do a certain amount of work in certain amount of days. So you had to equate the efficiency of them, and there was 15 men starts working on this project, and they work for 10 days and they all leave. And then next up we have got 5 women. So in how many days 5 women will actually complete the remaining work? So that was the question. And about simplification, series, these were could happen in even without writing down the questions. Then there was average, SI, TSD, boat and stream. I was not expecting boat and stream to come because historically TSD was there, SI was there, Even CI was there, but so I was actually surprised that CI compound interest was not actually asked. Instead of that, there was boat and stream questions. There was mixtures questions, and profit and loss with mark price concept came. And yeah, like even a person who is really weak in maths will be easily able to do 80% of the questions. And it was easy, guys. That's the review. It was really easy. Okay, now next up we have got let's see, reasoning. Yes, so reasoning. So since I think IBPS was hosted this exam, so it was like kind of expected, but given that this was a CSIR exam, I had not prepared. Even though I had not prepared for the seating arrangements and such, there were three sitting arrangements, square sitting arrangement. There was a month-based arrangement, and there was a purchase pattern arrangement. So 8 people buying item sequence. Then there was square sitting arrangements, 8 people arrangements, and then there was month-based, that 8 people are going on a holiday from June to November on two certain dates of each month. So it's a fairly common question for some of you who are preparing for banking exams. This kind of questions get asked a lot in prelims and even in mains to certain extent. So these were easy. And then there was this small arrangement as well, 4 envelopes and items matching. There was a blood relation question. Then there was, yes, there was silogs. Then there was inequalities and alphabet based questions. The miscellaneous questions, if odd position, they are changing to the next consonants, and then even position are changing to the previous alphabets, things like that. I was actually not expecting so much of syllogism and inequalities, because given the fact that previously the most of the questions were based on SSC pattern, but it was this time I felt like reasoning was more aligned with the banking papers. So yeah, regardless of that, even if you have got basic idea, you would be able to answer these questions. Basically, they were actually signaling you to actually make it through this round and pass to the next section. So this was all right. Next come is the English section. This section was on the second section, and we had one long passage of it was passage on king, courtier, and the villages, uh, where courtier actually makes villagers understand the importance of working together and how easier things become when you work as a team, instead of relying on others to give it to you guys. And then there was a short passage of frog, rat, and hawk, where this frog actually decided to play a prank on this rat, and then the rat ends up dying, and somehow these were actually tied up. This hawk comes, and then this hawk actually ends up eating both of them. The frog also gets killed. So this this was the short passage. Apart from the short passage, there were error detection, and then there was jumble sentences, replacement of words, right? Replacement, and there misspelling, things like that. It's like common expected questions. There were some vocabulary, synonyms, antonyms, and fill in the blank questions. So I think. This one, I guess, if you are even if you are not that strong, you can easily attempt 40 questions out of the 51 of them, just by seeing. It was not that difficult, I would say. And but the disadvantage, as I previously said, with this kind of question paper is that the cutoff tends to go really, really high, especially when the vacancies are this much less. So, anyways, guys, this was it. I was actually expecting a much difficult paper, but it is what it is, right? You play the hands that you're dealt with. People were actually really happy. We have all have seen that person after giving the exam who goes on about how they have attempted 200 questions and how all of them is going to be correct. I did not attempt 200 questions. I attempted, I think, like in the ballpark of 100, I think 194 questions. Yes. So in section 1, I did all the questions, and in section 2, I did 94 questions and decided to leave 6 of them, either because I was confused or between the options, or I just did not know. For example, that Nuakhai stuff it just went out of my brain. I did not remember anything about Nuakhai festival. So yeah, thanks for checking this video out. And if you like this video, if this video helps you, then you can share among your peers, among your fellow aspirants, and hopefully this video will help them as well. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Bye.